What's up, guys? Welcome back to the rundown for the finale of The Last of Us. Anthony, we're here finally. We made it.
Finally.
I know you're super excited. How are you, brother? Super excited?
What's the music? Or is it just me?
I think it might just be you.
I don't know what it is, but I hear a lot of music.
Is that Batman whispering to you through the mic? Can you hear it?
No, I don't even know what it is. So I hope I'm okay. Now it's gone. What the hell is it? Okay, so am I hyped? It felt like a long time ago now,
Mhm.
but
2 weeks.
yeah,
Ish.
we're going to do this.
I'm going to help you remember that episode, though, and I know Oppen
Please
will
do.
as well.
Please.
We're definitely going to help you remember the fantasticness of that episode. We've got Bob Dylan in the house. What's up, Bob? You're a bit run down, brother. Not good. I'm still a bit
Bob.
crook too. I've been crook for 2 weeks. Chest infection. So I know that I'm
He's
happy
run
that you're
down.
hyped.
Look at the
Yeah,
puns.
he's run down. So
Look at the
I'm happy that
puns.
you're hyped. Gives you more time to spend some time at home, fiddle around with the collection, do some things like that. Rest, relax, recover. Thanks for being here, brother. And apologies for being late for everybody that's live. We're a little bit late today.
We got carried away backstage.
We did get carried away. Can't help it. But look, let's just get into it, mate.
Yeah.
Because it's 2 episodes we've got to cover. Oh,
6 and 7.
should
Right?
probably 6 and 7. Let me add this to the stage. Add to the page. There we go. So we're cutting back to, I think this is your favorite scene of the entire series. So we're going to spend a bit of time on this.
The Swordmaster.
Yeah, we're definitely going to spend some of the Swordmaster. Look, I love this guy as an actor. I want to see him in everything. I don't know why. I think he's just a gangster. I think he's an absolute gangster.
I think he works. Look, because if you see his face, you kind of see him as that he belongs in comedic roles, right? But he totally worked.
Feel like it, yeah.
He totally worked in there.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
And look, I wish we did get to do this last week when it was fresher on my mind. But that's the beauty of these pictures. I actually really love this, and I'm going to fight with you to the death if you say you didn't. I loved that they added this into the show. I love the performance by him, and I did love it at the end of the episode when he says it, as cheesy as that may be. Laszlo Salamanca. I don't know who that is.
That's him.
Evil
Tony
Pedro.
Dalton. Tony Dalton.
Oh, really? Epic. Yeah, so I love the moment. I like that they put it in there. Is it in the game? I don't think it is, right?
No, this is new.
Yeah. I like that they did that.
To be honest, I knew you would like it. I knew you would love it. I could already hear you in my mind. Oh, the callback. Epic cinema. Peak cinema.
Just what a moment. I was crying in that moment, so don't hold it against me. I was
dude. So
Pedro was dropping those lines.
Yeah, they didn't do it in the game, and I didn't really need it. Not because I'm like a game purist who wants to have everything exactly like the game, but I just didn't need this to explain why Joel is so overprotective. Maybe it's because I'm a father, but I just loved the idea that he lost Sarah, and that's why his paternal protective instincts just came out. And that, on top of being like a post-apocalyptic era where everybody just shoots everyone usually in every movie, that for me was enough to explain Joel. So for me, this felt a bit on the nose to over-explain why he is the way he is.
Okay, I do see that angle, and I'm going to come back at you just with I agree with some of it, but I think they have more time in a show to give you more stuff, right? So one, it gives us a bit more insight into who Joel is, and I didn't look at it as a way of saying this is why he's that way. I just looked at it as learning more about Joel, and having him use that line does call back. So I feel more connected to the character because you're remembering something from his past that she doesn't. that he's sharing with us, the audience, when he says that, because that doesn't mean to her what it means to us, because we've experienced what it meant to him. And I think that's just another way of him being a father, wanting to be a father again, coming out. I don't know. I loved it. Bob, back me up.
I knew you would love it, but I think it's definitely made to explain why Joel's the way it is, because that's how like these flashbacks work, right? They all have a purpose. But the only thing that I liked about it, well, the only two things that I liked about it that we saw Swordmaster, but it kind of explains more the role between Tommy and Joel. So I didn't care for this to see who Joel is in regards to Ellie, but I did like it to see who he was towards Tommy, because he's always been like overprotective of Tommy, and Tommy always had like a hierarchy respect of Joel, and kind of explains why Joel can come into Jackson and immediately be like the guy above Tommy.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's true. I think it did two things. It did two things, and I loved both of them. I loved both of them.
And it gave you a callback, so it did three things for you.
It gave me a callback. It gave me a moment. It helped add to a moment when you're watching the experience and feeling the emotions, Anthony. It gave me a moment.
What's that? What's that, John?
It gave me a moment. It just did. Bob, I do love any exposition for character motivation. Cousin Anthony must allow for some lazy writing for our presence. Look, you can look at it as lazy writing, or you can look at it as like what Tom Cruise does. They're giving me what I want. I want the action. I want those scenes. I want the espionage. I want the Dutch camera angles that a spy thriller gives us. It's okay to get the gimmicky things that these things. That's what art is. You know, songs do hooks and verses because that's the format that works. I just look at it as a format to create an emotion, and the way the actor delivered the moment was perfection. Pedro. Boom.
Okay, if annoyance is an emotion, it worked.
You also got to remember, normal audiences don't think about it like you think about it.
I don't know.
Maybe I think about it.
Yeah, you might be right that the rundown kind of spoiled watching content for me, but I don't know if it did. But maybe, yeah.
Yes, I think you may overthink some. I mean, we all do it with certain things. Like I was battling with Offen when it came to Mission Impossible, because he's like, "What did you like about it?" And I'm like, "I just love it. I love all of it. I love the exposition. I like the time spent with Ethan Hunt. I like the time spent with the team. I love it. Then they all say a different word, and it adds up to create a sentence to tell us what the story is. Like when they're having the moments as a team, figuring out this is what we're gonna do.
We can gossip about Offen now that he's not here yet. But I love how if you don't like something, you're Mr. Grumpy. And if he doesn't like something, it's fine. You have to explain why you like
it. Classic. Offen, where are you? Come fight with us. Then we cut to Joel fixing the guitar. Just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Now, this bone, what bone was it again? I was trying to remember. I remember it was some bone. Was it off a person or an animal?
Yeah, I think he got it from Seth, because he said, "Seth, you have enough bones." So it's not off a person, but he got it from a person.
Okay, well, that's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I guess what they were doing this episode is Joel fixing the guitar, getting it ready to give it back to her, is all culminating to this moment on the porch. And rebuilding her love. Yeah. And we're going through from the 5 years, right? So it's there's moments from over 5 years, and just them together. I love them together. I think they did a great job here. So doing the guitar, we get to hear Pedro sing, ballin'.
Yeah. So basically, we get to see every birthday.
Every birthday. That's right.
Yeah.
Now this is in the game. Is this correct? Is this in the game?
Yeah. It's in the game.
Sick. Okay. What's Bob saying? If Anthony was an emoji, it would be an odd man yelling at cloud. But I do think Final Reckoning had way too much exposition. None of those mofos can keep a secret. I love it all. I love it.
Oh, dude.
Just give me a bit of dun, 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 dun. That's all I need. That's all I need.
And he's off.
I wish I had a video of the Mission Impossible music right now to play. Damn it! I'll make you all sit here and all three of you sit here and listen to it. God damn it! Okay, look, all this culminating obviously until they get in here. This moment, come on, this. I love this. This reminded me of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind when the camera's changed and you zoom in and you go in the helmet, then you zoom out and all the background's changing. It was epic. Moment created for me. Anthony, please tell me your thoughts. And you're banned. I'm gonna ban you.
So I might be like the minority that didn't like this episode. And so
because you don't have a heart. That's why.
Yeah, probably. Look, I am old enough to have followed Naruto when it came out, one episode a week. And at some point, I don't know if you've ever followed animes, but you have like the major quest, which is like the main story, and then sometimes you have like these filler episodes in between, and sometimes it's because the writers just don't know what to do yet, or the main quest episodes aren't done yet, but it just to fill time. You have like these filler episodes that they go about. Well, it doesn't have to do anything with the main story. And that's how this felt to me. And maybe it's because I replayed the game just recently because of the rundown. And this is exactly like it's in the game. And it's done very well in the game. And I just didn't. You really need to go through it to play the game again. So I just didn't need to see it again.
I think that definitely the difference that you know the story, I think definitely affects how you take these moments.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I'm loving it. Like I'm like, this is it just builds their relationship really well, I feel like. And this moment was such a great moment between their love, and you can see how much she loves him here. And just for me, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm not sitting there thinking about, but this I've seen this, like you know what I mean, like because I haven't been through it before. So I think it definitely.
Yeah. So you know what the meaning is of this scene. Yeah. Well, of course you know what the meaning is of this scene for the story, but in real life, so fourth wall breaking. The meaning of this scene has to do with the game only, because. What's the guy that played Joel again? Trevor.
Oh yeah.
And Ashley played Ellie Johnson in the game. And when Neil asked them what they wanted to do most in life if they hadn't become actors, Trevor said he wanted to become a singer, and Ashley Johnson said she wanted to become an astronaut. So this scene is like a tribute to the actors in the game. And they were overjoyed to have that, and that's why I loved it in the game, because I knew it was something for those actors. For Pedro and Bella, it has nothing to do with what they love. So for me, it has less meaning. It's just
you're thinking on such a different level. Yeah, you're on such a different level. That's crazy. Like the way you're looking at it is a way I would never have even thought to look at it. I hear that and I go, that's awesome that they dedicated that to them. This to me then would just be another dedication to them, you know, paying homage to the original characters rather than thinking about Pedro and what Bella think. But you've also got to remember, other things I love about it was the music, the emotion, the actual feeling of the moment that they created without thinking about any external things, just looking at it as an emotional moment with the characters in the show. I loved how they created that, because the way they filmed it and all that really worked for me. And she did a great job of acting it. He did a great job of, you know, just the way he would look at her in it. All that I thought was made really well. Translation: podcast is partly cloudy with the chance of grumpy.
Grumpy with meatballs.
Then we cut to the further ahead in the timeline where he busts like in.
Peak puberty scene.
Yep, classic. And then obviously I like that line where he says all the teenage things at once.
Yeah,
that was classic. So then he goes to see. This was I really liked too, because it showed his relationship with Ellie, and then it also showed a bit of his relationship with her, being that they've had a connection before he died. So now we're learning a little bit more, and the way they build up to him taking out her husband, I thought was a great way to tie it into the show to relate back to their relationship at the start of the season. I thought that was done really cool.
Yeah. Coming back to the puberty things, I loved it when Joel was like, "Yeah, I see how you look at Jesse. I have an eye for these things."
Yeah, classic bloody
classic dad. Yeah.
Classic dad. No idea.
I have an eye for these things.
That's not going to be. I'm going to know with Mila. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you're going to be like Will Smith in Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence.
Yes. Yeah, that's me and Lani. That'll be me and Lani.
Guns out.
At the door.
Guns out.
Legit. We were joking. We're watching Cobra Kai, and there's the prom scene. She goes, "Oh, am I going to go to prom?" And I'm like, "Yeah, and I'll be chaperoning there." She's like, "Dad, you're so annoying. You're so annoying.
You're so annoying."
Yeah, I've got bruises. She's been doing Cobra Kai on me. So we get this scene. I like that. Then they go on the walk. Oh, man, just this whole episode. I just thought they did such a great job with this episode. But it also makes me think all my favorite episodes are with Pedro, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is it because of their relationship and the part of the story they're telling, or is it because of? I don't think it's just because of him. I think it's because of like this was a great episode. I thought this was well written. All the other episodes in it was really
so. Like I said before, when Joel died in the game, I just lost motivation of playing because I was mostly interested in Joel. And it's the same for me watching this. I'm mostly interested in Pedro Pascal and Joel. So when he died, I thought, yeah, artistically, it's a bold move. Doesn't mean it's a great choice.
Yeah, it's just the fact that I was thinking about that. It's just the fact that this is the story that they're telling. Like they've just committed that this is the story we're telling, and we're going to deal with these themes, and it is what it is. And it just so happens that we loved how Pedro played that part of it. That we
not only that, I also loved the character of Joel. So not only how Pedro played it.
Is that because you're an assassin too, and you take people out indiscriminately?
It might be. I identify with him.
I think you would be Joel in a post-apocalyptic world.
That's why I said you don't need the backstory with Swordsmaster to explain how he's become. You can just become the way Joel is, just because.
Yeah, because that's you. Jesus Christ. Bob, we've cracked the code. Anthony, watch out. Jesus Christ. Then we get the captain. The captain.
Cypher.
He'll always be the captain in Bad Boys for me.
Yeah. Also for me, it'll also be Cypher.
Yeah.
And the captain.
Great choice. I love that they brought him in for like a role like this. Because I feel like he's pretty distinguished actor. I think he's done some really good stuff. So I feel like that's a big name to get in to do a role like this. And his performance was pretty awesome too, I thought.
And Eugene was kind of like an unknown, not an unseen in the game. You just hear stuff about Eugene. You see his weed. You see his man cave, and that's kind of it. He wasn't married to Claire. There was nothing like that. But now he has a bigger part, which I kind of did like, because Joel tries to smooth things over with Claire, but it doesn't work because Ellie just fucks it up.
Yeah, I feel like here, just a shout out to my fantastic photography off the computer screen, capturing this moment. I thought it was spot on. It's just showing this is when she knew he lied because he said, "I promise." And it was like when he said the other part, Joel. Now, he kills him because he thinks it's the right thing to do, and he doesn't he's not thinking about how this is going to affect other people. But I wanted to talk about this. Okay, so he kills him because he doesn't want him threatening anybody, and he wants to protect everybody because he's a protector. But he doesn't show any empathy of how he felt when he lost people he loved. That wouldn't he want him to be able to say goodbye to his wife? You know what I mean? Like, especially,
just doesn't want to take the chance.
Yeah,
I also thought that it was a bit weird that he didn't just wait until he actually transformed. Because we've seen the chart with how long it takes depending on where you were bitten, right? In season 1. So I thought it would have made sense to wait a bit longer. So before we got this episode, I actually thought that Eugene was going to find out about Ellie being immune, and that's why Joel shot him. To be honest, I actually thought that Joel would shoot him and then just hit him with a rock a couple of times to cover up the shot.
Yeah, okay.
But no.
Yeah, I just thought I wanted to kind of know why was he so dead set on making this decision and not and telling her that he promised. And I'm thinking, why is that the choice? Is that because you don't see this in the game, right? So this is a different insight to what he's like. I just kept thinking, I'm like, it's just because he wants to protect her that bad, he's not going to take any risks.
Not only him. So maybe it's the culture in Jackson that as soon as you're bitten, you just get shot. Because when Ellie got bit, I thought it's so weird that Dina immediately wants to kill her. So maybe it's like a Jackson thing. It's been 5 years, so they've picked up new habits. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it got me thinking. Anyway, this moment was pretty epic. Like, he straight up lies. He straight up lies.
It didn't even take a full episode. Just straight up, just busted.
Fucking snitched on him. Straight up snitched. Fucking hell. Then we get. I'm just seeing how many we got left. Oh God, Pedro. Then we've got Pedro. Then we got the final scene. I loved as just watching the show, the build up to get back to this part. I thought they did well, and the speech was awesome without that comment of him saying that about being a father.
Yeah.
But it gives us insight, I feel like, into his character to show that one, he's always been a protector because he was always protecting Tommy from his father, and he, I think, understands a little bit about his father in this moment when he says that at the end. I just like how they gave us that moment with the father, and then he's recognized because him killing what's his face was kind of like, I feel like, in a way, abusing Ellie like his dad abused them. Maybe, I don't know. That's the connection I feel like I had, and that's maybe what brought it to his mind to say that, he lied to her and treated her like that, upset her. Maybe that's how he felt about his dad when his dad gave him that moment, and maybe that was a callback, and him also just remembering. I'm maybe reading too much into it, but him remembering.
Maybe, I don't know. But so to me, the scene we got with his dad kind of dilutes the love he had for his daughter, because to me, like, everything he does harkens back to him losing Sarah from when I played the game, and still when I watched the show even. And then the scene with the dad came, and now his motivation is part daughter, part his upbringing. And I love the part about his daughter so much more. So because season 1 was all about what you do for love. So that was what made it.
Yeah, I get that. I get that was kind of out of left field for you, feeling that that's what you wanted from him. I would say making me a little bit more complex and maybe just adding to it.
Yeah. To me, it kind of diluted the beauty of it.
For me, it doesn't dilute it. For me, it just goes. He still does everything because for the love of a daughter, but also I think it's just giving us some insight into who he is and him recognizing that, the way he is, like killing that guy and not doing what she asked is a negative. Like, he's realizing that's a negative side of him, like it was to his father. I don't think that's changing, to me, his love of wanting to protect her like a daughter. I just think it adds to a little bit more complexity to who he is or who he was. Interesting. We our different takes. This is what you come here for, people. Different takes. Look at this. I was crying right here.
Of course you are.
Literally, I was bawling. Grab the tissues. Pedro, no. I thought they delivered the moment great. They did a good job of making him look old too. Like his skin's all jacked.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Fantastic episode. 10 out of 10. This is the next episode. So we've finished episode 1.
Yeah.
Good discussion. This was interesting for me too, because I felt like in this moment when she tells her about what Joel did, right?
Yeah.
I feel like she loses her. Is that how you felt? I feel like she loses, like she's. I feel like
I felt, but it's not that I only felt it. I think Neil Druckmann and Greg Mason talk about this in the podcast. I think she already lost her before telling what happened about Joel, with Joel, but telling her about what happened with Nora.
What was that again?
Well, she killed Nora. Well,
oh yeah.
She hit Nora and she hurt Nora for information about Abby.
That's
then
right.
She made her suffocate in the spores.
Yeah. Do you think she lost her there?
I think they even talk about it in the podcast.
Okay. See, I haven't listened to that yet.
I think they talk about how Dina sees the flaws in Ellie or how violent she actually is.
Yeah, that was interesting. I didn't expect that. Now, does that happen in the game? Did they get together and then break up, or does she lose her? Is this all extra added in?
I don't think it's as clear in the game. I don't remember that part that well, mostly because of what happens after, I think. But this scene does happen in the game, but I don't think she loses her over that.
Okay. And I don't have as many slides for this episode. I think I have like 11. So we'll have to remember. But then Beef comes into it. Look, he became another one of my favorite characters, and God damn it, like
spoilers.
What spoiler? Oh yeah, I didn't put the spoilers banner. You'll be fine.
Can you pull up Bob Dylan's message again? Because this scene is forecast is partly cloudy with a chance of dead.
Yeah, definitely is. They did the typical let's build this guy up all episode to kill him off.
Yeah, so there were two interesting guys in the whole series, Joel and Jesse. And what did they do? They killed Joel and they killed Jesse.
Like Jesse, I really, really was enjoying getting to know more about his character in this episode. Like this moment here where she wants to fucking just run out and get everybody killed. He's using a measured mind and thinking about the people he loves and thinking about the scenario. It seems like she makes every wrong decision ever, and it's Dina either saving her or telling her to do something, like telling her to.
She's Mando season 3, basically.
She is Mando. She's fucking Mando season 3.
What a callback. Yeah, so Ellie in the series is dumber than Ellie in the game. Dina in the series is smarter than Dina in the game and more of the organizer. That divide wasn't there in the game. So Ellie was just made dumb and impulsive. That's basically it. So that's why I'm not really interested in Ellie.
Yeah, like because I'm seeing this scene, and she just wants to run out there and save this random person who'll probably try and kill her anyway.
Yeah.
If it was a different scenario, I don't get that mindset. And then he's just like if it was real life, you'd be like him. I'd be thinking like, look, fuck, there's lots of them. Ammo's limited. Yeah, see, Bob knows.
Yeah, he is like there. Jesse's perfect for that.
Yeah, he is thinking about the people he loves and the people that matter, not this fucking random person in this type of scenario in the world. You got to look at it realistically. You're not a fucking superhero. You're not going to go out there and take out all those people and save this random person who you know nothing about. And Jesse's like, you're willing to risk my life and the whole fucking mission to go help this person? What?
Yeah.
Like,
so the problem for me in season 2 is that you don't kill off a protagonist, and the protagonist works because you partly identify with the protagonist. There are some traits that you might recognize in yourself, or you want to have, or that you aspire to, and that's why a protagonist works. Ellie doesn't work as a protagonist because there's almost nothing that you identify with Ellie, because she always does the wrong impulsive things, only thinks about her own mission, and no one else.
Yeah.
Even when her girlfriend's pregnant, she doesn't think about that. Just wants to have revenge. Tell that to Joe. Yeah, so that's a non-argument, because Game of Thrones had a lot of protagonists, and all of the protagonists you could identify with. So that's why it worked.
I will say Game of Thrones did it really well.
Yeah. You can kill off Ned Stark because all of his children are great protagonists.
Yeah, that was
and Daenerys as well. Even what's the dwarves? I want to say Thorin, but it's not Thorin. But no. Peter Dinklage. So there are so many protagonists in Game of Thrones that it's like a masterpiece to me.
He became one of my favorite protagonists in the whole show.
Yeah, for me as well.
Like, I loved his
Daenerys
character.
and him, I think.
Even
Arya and Jon Snow, and even what's the one-handed guy again? Well, all of them. Really?
Yeah, they did a good job. Even Jamie's redemption arc, like fucking hell, that was sick. He had a great, like I really grew to like Jamie, and he started off despicable.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they did a great job. It'd be interesting to see what what this next season's going to be like. But yeah, like I was just loving Jesse, and I'm like, he's a fucking baller. He's a leader. Like he literally is that leader guy.
Yeah.
And just when he says to him, "Here, how about we fucking get this done so I can get home and my baby home?" Like, just fucking awesome. Anyway, then we cut to these guys. So look, correct me if I'm wrong, but so Ellie's mission is happening in a time where these two other factions, the crazy religious people, and then these guys are about to fucking go to war.
Seraphites and wolves. Yeah. So the WLF and the Seraphites have had like a peace agreement, non-peace, peace, non-peace. Then apparently some kids attacked the wolves, and then they slaughtered them back. And now the wolves say, "Okay, enough is enough. We will never have peace with these guys, so we're going to attack them in their home village, which is called Haven." And that's what they're brooding. And Isaac gets to have a bit of exposition why Ellie is important, because I don't think they explain why not Ellie, Abby, because I don't think they explain in the game why Abby is this important, and it doesn't matter in the game because you play as Abby like a long time. So that's why she automatically feels like a protagonist, because you're playing her.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, for me, who doesn't know that part of the story, it shows. I'm just like, okay, she's important to these guys because she's a leader. Essentially, she's like a Jesse of their team.
Yeah, she's like a Jesse. But you see, Isaac, who is like this renowned figure for the wolves, have even more respect for Abby, and that never really made sense in the game, and it still doesn't make a lot of sense. He just says there are like 1,000 Mannies. And Abby's special, she's like a leader, but they don't explain why.
Yeah, they haven't for us. I just assume that she's like a Jesse type of personality.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I get that. So then they have another great conversation. Like he just had really great moments.
How he sits on his throne.
Yeah, this is after saving her again. Like how many times does he have to save her?
Yeah. Mando.
Then fucking Mando. Then I cut to this. This is when she first got on the boat and she crashed by the big wave.
Yeah.
So she's with Jesse, all about the mission. So before I forget, and then
so the mission now is to rescue Tommy, right? Okay.
Get Tommy, but as soon as she sees the amusement park and puts
Yeah.
2 and 2 together,
The
she's
wheel
like
and the
fucking.
whale.
She's full on fucking revenge
Go
mode
for
and
Abby.
forgets about everybody. Yeah, forgets about everybody again.
Yeah. You just totally forget about your pregnant girlfriend and about rescuing Tommy, who came to rescue you, by the way.
Yes, and Jesse is thinking like a father, a dad, and wanting to protect the child, and that's why he's the dad because he's thinking about more important things to him, and that's why she completely forgets about it because it's actually not that important to her.
Yeah.
What's important to her is revenge.
Revenge. Yeah.
So fucking boom, one up for Jesse because he's the fucking hero. Then, yeah, so she gets caught. I'm thinking, fuck, how's she going to get out of this, right? Like, what the heck? And that's obviously when the war goes. Like,
yeah. So this feels so useless because basically she goes to Haven. She needs a boat. She gets a boat. She gets caught, almost dies, and then she goes back again, which is completely useless. In the game, this is Abby. Abby gets caught, and it has use. We need it for Abby's story. We don't need it for Ellie's story. It's also it's a bit weird that they made this choice. And also, like the trip over to Haven, to like the city of the Seraphites, it feels like a hop and a scotch in a little dinghy, and then we're there. While in the game, it was a huge undertaking to even get there. I think the game did a very good job at seeing like a certain point in the distance where you need to go, like the Ferris wheel or the city of the Seraphites, and just portraying the struggle to get there and that kind of mystery.
Yeah, I will say this scene felt useless to me as well. Not useless. It felt in a way like you're putting it here just for the audience to see what these like to remind us that these Seraphites are bad and show us that the war's beginning. And she just got lucky.
Yeah.
Like she had used no skill to get out of this. She literally just got lucky that there was a war going on. I just felt like it cheapened her character again, made her look silly again. I don't know. It just didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Give her another problem to deal with on the water getting there.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Breakdown or something but like give her a different problem.
Yeah, to even like obtain a boat could have been a problem that she needed to overcome.
Yeah, and show her using some skill to get through it as opposed to just dumb luck.
Yeah, because one big difference from playing a game or seeing a series, in a series, it really doesn't make any sense that little Ellie is able to infiltrate places and kill people, being as small as she is. While in the game, it doesn't matter because that's how games work.
Yeah, that's right. It's a different set of rules when you're in a game. Then we get to this moment, though. I did like this moment. See, there's so many things I love about this show, and there's so many things that, not so many things, there are things that annoy me, but there's so many things I love about this show. And as a viewer of the show, I loved this scene. I thought this was cool. Sad, but like very dramatic and fucking.
So what's next picture? Do we have the? Oh, yeah, okay.
When she's trying to tell her to, because I thought she did a great job. But yeah, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to see this coming. This was like a curveball to me, and like another. I felt like I like moments that they create in this show. I just felt like the last one on the beach was not a good moment, but moments like this I liked, and I like that it showed what a decision you'd have to make in that scenario. Like, what are you going to do with the baby? If you like, what are you going to do? Like, in that world, it was freaking intense. What did you think of this whole sequence?
Yeah, I think I messaged you after this episode that to me, like this picture was like a missed opportunity. So Ellie kills both. She tries to do the Joel thing with the map again, point at it, and have the other one have Owen point at it as well, see if they match or they kill him. Then she finds out that Mel's pregnant, and Mel asks her to cut the baby out. And then Mel asks, "Can you go to the next picture?" Because there, Mel, who is a doctor, tries to explain how to do a cesarean, which is brutal, by the way. I've assisted a couple, but
Really?
When you do it, you make like an incision, and then you literally like just tear the womb open. It makes like a very specific visceral noise. That's
God.
Yeah. Anyway, she tries to explain to Ellie
You're a
how to
serial
do it,
killer.
and then she's almost out. She asks Ellie, "Is it out?" And I thought it was like a missed opportunity because I would have loved Ellie to say, "Yes, it's out."
Yeah.
And at that moment, understanding Joel more, why he lied, to keep the peace or to protect.
That's so much better.
I would have loved that.
Why didn't they do that? Oh,
Yeah.
dog, that would have been that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, give Ellie some fucking good moments. Give her a
Yeah.
chance to do something, like do something heroic or have a growth like that. Yeah, you're right.
Because
Damn,
I think
you
it would
just
have
ruined that
finished.
moment.
Yeah. I think it would have finished Joel's arc and Ellie's arc. Ellie understanding Joel more, with that healing the relationship even more than with the guitar, and Joel being like, how would you call that? Vindicated in his life.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Especially after the porch talk.
Yeah.
Especially after that moment, she could have had some, empathy for him for sure.
And especially with Eugene, because then the Eugene scene with him and Claire made Grace. It's Grace, right? I said Claire. Would have made even more sense with him trying to tell her that he died bravely, thinking about her, blah blah blah, because it would have been exactly the same. Just saying, yes, it's out. Yes, it's out.
Yeah, like give her that, but she didn't even give her that.
Yeah.
And there's no time to think because then we just move straight on to this section after that moment. And
yeah, often called it that this would be the ending of season 1.
Oh, did he?
I thought the golf tournament would be the ending because it would have made more sense for me to keep Joel alive until the ending of the season. But Often was right. Hashtag Often was right.
Hashtag Often was right. Shout out, Big Doug. I'm not thinking what's going to happen is going to happen. I get it now after it happened. So these guys have a talk. I mean, I like Tommy. I still like Tommy's character. I didn't get a picture of it, unfortunately. I think I missed it.
I like Jesse.
Another great moment for Jesse. Again, good talk between them. But for him to just run out and get shot like that, come on, dog. Come on. Why are you going to do that to us? Bob, tell us why they do it. Tell us. And then we just see her.
Dude, I love her acting, by the way.
Yeah. When she says, "I let you live."
Yeah.
I thought that was epic. Like, I showed you mercy. No mercy. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir. Sorry, it's indoctrinated into me.
Yeah, quiet. I noticed.
You could say quiet's been used a few times in the household.
Is Mila Miyagi though, or is she? What's it?
She's Cobra Kai, bro. She's Cobra Kai. She's Cobra Kai with Johnny though. She's Cobra Kai with Johnny. She's Tori basically. Mila's Tori. Okay. Mila loves Tori. Yeah. We do a Tori kick. It was all this type of stuff.
Johnny Tori or what's the other guy's name?
Johnny Tori. Yeah, no, Johnny Tori. Yeah, Johnny Tori. Yeah. She bounces between Sam and Tori. So it depends. I bet she loves Miguel. Miggy's her favorite. Miggy. He's the man. Anyway, before we turn into a Cobra Kai love fest. So I'm assuming this is setting up next season. We'll start off with them. No, next season we'll start off with her backstory. And it's all gonna, so I'm assuming then it'll lead up to this moment and we'll have this moment of them fighting. I'm assuming.
So
now like the gunshot. Sorry, yes.
So this is like the convergence. So this is where Ellie and Abby's story come together. So the next season will be Abby's backstory, and then we'll get back to this point again. I think.
Yeah. See, I thought we might get an episode of her backstory, but they're going like a whole season. Like they're like, oh no, yeah, we're gonna drag this out.
Because in the game after Joel dies, you just play Abby for a long time, so that Abby becomes the protagonist, and she has a whole journey. And after that, you get what we got in this season with Ellie.
Okay. Yeah. I actually quite like this style. I'm interested to see how it plays out from if they get to pull it off. Now, that's obviously what this is a thing of. So only 3 days before, so you can see they've got a lot of infrastructure and a lot's going on here.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
assuming we'll
this.
see more. You do?
Yeah, I was really wondering if they could capture the moment from the game where you see this whole. I want to say city, but it's like maybe city and infrastructure. So the whole feeling of how gigantic the infrastructure that they've established is, and the hierarchy and the systems. That was just pretty cool to see. And I love how they say CL day one. I don't think they focused on the days, right, in the series?
Not until now. No, not until that. They did.
Because in the game,
they did in the last episode with the years, but that's it's a bit different.
Yeah. So in the game, it's always day 1, day 2, day 3 with the city attached. That's like the chapters of the game. So I love that they said day 1.
Okay, that's cool. I'm actually thinking like the next season's going to be completely different.
What do you mean?
Think about it, like as a creative undertaking for them. Well, following a different character in a whole different world, but I'm sure we're going to see more of Danny Ramirez. What's his name in Cap? Falcon, the new Falcon. We're going to see more of his character, I'm assuming, in the next season. All the people that are around Abby, I would think.
Yeah, if I was often, I would have to type "you will find out." Yeah, but it's obvious that you'll get more of Abby's backstory, right? And then
and the people that we've seen a little bit in this series, like the people that died, we're probably going to see more of them too, right?
Sorry? Yeah, probably.
So the people, that Ellie's killed, we're probably going to see.
I think you'll see backstory of the whole group that we've seen in the golf tournament. I think we'll get to see them in their like natural habitat, being peaceful.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Like, so I guess. Sorry, pardon me. Overall, what do you think? Like, how do you compare it to the first season? I guess it's different, but do you think?
I think after season 3, my rating will be season 1 will be my top favorite. Season 3 will be below that, and then season 2 will be even below season 3 for me.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Yeah, look, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I've been intrigued enough to keep watching, and I have enjoyed lots of moments in the shows. This season, though, has had moments where I didn't like it, whereas the first season, there really wasn't anything I didn't like. I thought everything was done.
I love
it. And look, that's a natural thing that's going to happen when you're trying to tell more story, I guess. It's hard to replicate. Look, I like, though, that they've committed to telling this story. And, like, I guess killing Jesse off makes more sense to me now, knowing that the whole next season wouldn't have focused on them at all anyway. And it adds more action and things happening in what this season was. At least they gave us an insight to him and his character. And again, it just shows you how crazy life is. Like, even if you are a hero, a good guy like that, you can just die like that.
I like the aspect of the fleeting aspect of things and making things, doing something that's not expected. I noticed while playing game number 2 that it's not worth doing something artistic if that means killing off your only protagonist, which is also your only interesting character. I respect the fact that they doubled down on it and they just kept it in, but it's to me it's still keeping in the wrong choice. And it's not only me, I think, because a whole lot of people just disliked game number 2 because of that reason. If you look at the view numbers of season 2, so when they started season 1, there was, I don't know how many view numbers, but went up until the finale. And then numbers started high season 2, episode 1, and it just lowered after Joel dying. So
Mm.
I think it shows that it's not the right choice.
Mm.
But it's bold to stick by it.
It is bold to stick by it. It is bold. And like, yeah, like this whole, I guess if you're thinking about, if you would have done the game, I would have, like, if it were me, I would have made the story, because I guess I'm a guy and a dad, I would have made the story more about their journey together through this world.
Yeah.
And him maybe, more the relationship side of them actually becoming like father and daughter.
You could even kill off Ellie without losing people.
Yeah, but that'd be tough for Joel to do that to him twice.
Yeah, but it's like an interesting arc, right?
Mm. Well, because we like the arc of the father, the character, I guess.
Yeah.
It really is just they've made a choice that the game's going to be about these themes and perspectives as opposed to following specific characters. What we should acknowledge is they've done such a great job of making you like a character so much that when they take him away from you, it does something to you. You know what I mean? Like they did a great. That's a whole feeling they've created. Like they've achieved that which other things don't achieve.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think any series or movie where you would kill off the protagonist would have you, maybe not in the extent that we have with Joel, but if you kill off the only protagonist, any movie or game would have the same effect. People would lose interest, or half of people would lose interest.
It's interesting because there's some people who absolutely love that second game and say the game's like one of the best games ever. Now they're saying that because of the gameplay or the story. I'm assuming this.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The gameplay in the second game was better than the first game. If you play like the remastered version of both, it's the same in both. But the gameplay was more. He had more different options and more different styles because Ellie just played completely different from Joel, who played completely different from Abby. And you had like these different timelines and stuff. So content-wise, Game 2 and Season 2 have more to offer. But it's like one of the basic needs is you need to have a protagonist, and they miss that.
Well, they think Ellie's the protagonist. For some people, Ellie's the protagonist.
For most
it's
people,
just not.
She isn't.
Yeah, most people it was Joel. Damn, controversial. I have seen like the ratings of the episodes drop quite low.
Yeah,
now, I will say I'm still for it because I'm a fan of. I like that they've made this choice, and I want to see the choice all the way through of how they're just the way they're telling the story. I appreciate it for that, and I appreciate it for moments they create and the way things have done. So I come at it from not thinking about the game and what the story would have is, or any of that stuff. I just think I enjoy it for other reasons other than just the story, and that's what keeps me in the show still. Bob, if you're still here, Bob, let us know, like, where does it rank for you? And if you're in the chat, let us know. Where does it rank for you compared to season one or as a show?
Where does it rank for
you?
Season one. I've been thinking about it, but yeah, how would you rank season 2?
All right, if I gave season 1, let's say a 5 out of 5, because I love that first season, right? I'd probably give this a 4 because I still like there's enough in it that I love the way they tell a story. I do like that they make these choices because even though it surprises or shocks me, or I might not like it, I'm still engaged and I want to see what happens next. So even with dislikes, they still kept me on the hook. And that episode with Pedro, just as a dad and that whole thing, not thinking about the game, I just loved that I loved that episode.
Yeah.
Episode 2 and episode 7 were fun. Episode 6, sorry. Episode 2 and episode 6, the Horde attack and that were fucking epic.
And so I wouldn't even know how to rate this because what kept me watching was the rundown. What started me watching season 2 was hoping that they would do things differently and they wouldn't kill off Joel. If I knew they just would stick to game number 2 and we didn't have the rundown and I didn't love season 1, I wouldn't have watched season 2.
Mm.
So partly it's me just really, 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 really loving season 1 and game 1. It's me doing the rundown that kept me in it. So it's hard to rate this, I think.
I think it's like a 3 for you out of 5, maybe, or would it be lower?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see where they go next. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing season 3 and seeing Abby side again, because I know nothing about what her backstory or
yeah.
I know nothing about the character at all.
I think season 3 will be like a 4 out of 5 for me.
If they do it good. Like, do you think there's enough there from playing her in the game to do a whole 6 or 7? I mean, we don't even know how many episodes they're going to do. They could do.
It's going to be completely different. They could have a complete season 3 without you even knowing that it's a post-apocalyptic zombie-infested world, because there's enough going on to not even have zombies there, but they will have zombies there, because in the podcast, Neil Druckmann and Greg Mason said that we get to find out what's in level B3 of the ICU. We went to, where the guy, the son of the cop, was breathing spores there. That was like the second floor, the second basement floor, and we get to go to basement number 3 in the 3rd season.
That's going to be cool. Bob says it's a wonderful show. Not sure how to rank it.
4 out of 5 clouds.
I love it. So me and Bob are on the same level. Me and Bob, we think alike. We think alike. Yeah, I think 4 out of 5 for me. I still really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed Jessie. I loved the therapist too. I just loved so many moments. Her it just back to even her talk with Joel, where she just destroys him. Like, I love shit like that. I love dialogue like that. Ah, very good.
I remember when we did Andor and this, that I only remembered Andor and not even remembered watching this. And it also has to do with the fact that this was on Sunday, of course. So it was like the first day after the rundown, but still.
Yeah, but also Andor is next level storytelling.
Peak cinematography.
Everest. El Pico. Yes. El Pico. It's fucking awesome. Let me remove this goddamn thing. Boom. We got through it. We got through it in under an hour. I thought. So yeah, sorry. I thought we would have maybe gone longer, but we did it. We did it, Anthony.
Great job.
We want to. Yeah, I think we did good. We've got 6 people on now. What's up, everybody? Thanks for being in the chat.
Nice.
Yes, Anthony's giving me he's giving me a sneak peek that a Star Wars video may be coming.
Yeah, so I started back on the Star Wars project. I think I'm actually going to finish it this time.
Come on.
It's been only 2-3 years in the making, so it's going to be fine.
Look, the anticipation. I'm anticipating it. I need to see.
Yeah, but first I'm doing Martin Short Batman posing video for Bob, because
nice. Are you making that now?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I see the Batman. Yes, he's not jumping out of the Batmobile.
Yeah, of course. I got him out of the grabber, so he's over here. You don't see it. But
did the grabber damage his waist at all, or?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
I always worry about that.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Nice. Is he? Because I don't have a Keaton. Is he quite unposable, or are you back to?
Martin Short's very posable.
Really?
Yeah, Martin Short is. The other one is
believe it.
So
wow.
The old 89 is also very posable, but it doesn't hold the pose because the rubber just fights you on the pose and it just bounces back.
That sucks.
And this one's very posable.
That's cool. There's so many good Batman figures. Like this Batman figure, we were talking before the show. Like I only just got it in. Like it's so heavy. Like he's just so. There's 3 head sculpts, and I want to use all 3. Let's just put it that way. I want to.
You know how to solve that, John. Solve it in the Paul way.
Yes. Yeah.
So you need 1 topo suit and then 2 of these.
And 2 of these. See, look, I thought maybe I can put the head with the cow with the articulated head on the 1.0. But
I think
I
it's
don't
a
think it's
different
possible.
connection, but
It is
need to
it
check.
is a diff.
You need to check.
You know this cow bit, the bit that comes down over the cape,
Yeah.
like down the bottom.
Mhm.
On the new version, it hooks in, and when I go to put
Mm.
him on mine, he's too bulky, so
Yeah.
it won't sit on the head properly. But I bet you they do that shit deliberately. They deliberately make these little tweaks that you can't like interconnect them. Because I'm like, I'll just put the other head sculpt on the 1.0, but they're too different.
Yeah.
If there's someone out there that can figure it out, let me know. But
yeah, for me, the latest figure I got was this one, but I already showed you.
Yes.
Tao Pai Pai from Dragon Ball Z. I just love this.
Does he have seamless arms? For some reason, I thought he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. There you go.
Well, it's just like how Inert does it, right? With
it's just at the elbow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
How do I?
Look, something so simple can make such a difference, though. Having just not having that wrist seam. Like, if I wish they had did that with Bane. Just give me a hand. They could have done one. They could have innovated and done that left arm with the articulated fingers that J&D are doing. Just do one arm like that. That's your way to experiment and create ultimate realism in a figure.
Yeah, or just do what Inert does with the lower arms being from one piece. That's easy.
But remember, his whole arm is exposed.
Oh yeah, of course.
So you need like just another arm attachment.
Or just or just cloth wrappings. You can just cloth wrap the wrist and it's fine.
Yeah, I can do something like that. Or like, I wish I could get like a 1/6 watch. Like, I'd put a watch on Bane. I could see him wearing a watch.
There are a lot of 1/6 watches.
Is there?
Used one. I don't know. Oh, Purple Coat Joker has one. But there are a lot of watches.
Purple Coat Joker? Does he?
Yeah.
Check.
He has bracelets and a watch. But pin bracelets would be weird on Bane.
Yeah, it would be. It would be a little. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. So are you going to add clips of the show? Just know it immediately get demonetized. FYI.
What do you mean?
If you put clips from Star Wars in the video? The video clips?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it'll be demonetized. We'll see.
My Dune video got demonetized.
Oh, dude. Really?
Yeah, because I'm playing clips from the movie.
But it's also fair use, right?
maybe I can appeal it. I guess
probably.
I haven't looked at appealing it. I thought there was a certain amount of time you're only allowed to show, but then I think all those YouTubers who make videos, showing clips from movies, how do they get paid then? Because I'm sure they're not demonetized.
Yeah, I think all reaction videos. I think everything that's a reaction is kind of allowed.
Okay. Yeah, because I use a couple of clips in that, and that they pinged me for it anyway. They pinged me for it.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I need to look into that more. Need to look into more. Well, brother, we did it. We finished Andor and Last of Us. So everybody, we appreciate you for coming along from the ride. We're probably going to take a little break for a little bit. There's not much going on. My next show that I'm going to watch, I think, is coming out this Wednesday, which is Owen Wilson. Well, look, I don't even know if I'm going to like it, but it's Owen Wilson, so I'm going to check it out on Apple TV.
Oh, what is it?
I like it. It's on Apple TV. What's it called?
The Owen Wilson Show.
And he's like a washed-up golf player. Like someone who could have been good but didn't or whatever, and he ends up like coaching some phenom or whatever. That's the premise of the show. So I'm like, it's set in golf courses. It's going to look really nice. It's going to be like that nice golden.
You should watch when is Karate Kid Legends coming out?
Oh, bro, it's coming out this week, and we're going. Don't worry.
Really?
We're going to the movies. Yeah, of course. Miller's jacked up for it. We're going.
I like the concept of them all going with Jackie Chan and. What's his name again? Encino?
Daniel-san.
Yeah,
Daniel-san. Yes. Yeah, we can't wait. We're hyped up to go. We're hyped up. Are you going to see Mission Impossible or not?
Yeah, so I was going to see yesterday, but something went wrong on my unlimited pass, and then I couldn't book one anymore because it said you already did it, but it didn't book one. So I'm going to try to see it tomorrow in IMAX.
Oh yeah, do that.
Yeah.
We saw Extreme Screen here, which is it's like a massive screen.
Extreme Screen.
Yeah, that's what they call it here. Anyway, there is IMAX screens as well, but Extreme Screen, look, it's freaking huge. So I don't know if it's like IMAX or formatted to take IMAX, but it's huge. We have recliners and all that in that cinema, so you get recline back and get comfy. You need it for a 3-hour movie. Got to be comfortable. But yeah, you are. Bring it.
Cool.
Bring it. All right, mate. Well, everybody, Bob, thanks for being here, brother. Shout out to you.
Bob.
Shout out to Often.
Bob,
he kept us company today. And everybody else, we'll catch you when we're back. We'll advertise when we're back for the next thing down the road. But until then, make sure you go to Anthony's channel, subscribe, and look out for and hound him for that Star Wars video, because I want that goddamn Star Wars video. Give it to me. And stay tuned for my next video, which I'm working on currently, which is reviewing my favorite figures in my collection, volume 2.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to take a look at this guy. So I'm having a lot of fun working with a new camera, working with the lighting, trying to figure out how to light, especially portraits, better and get better at that. And so I'm learning every day. So stay tuned. That next video's got some big hitters in it. We got some Toby in there. We got Batfleck. We're going to have Tony Stark in there. I haven't done the Mark 85 yet. I've got like 4 of the Mark 85, so I'm going to do something cool with all them together and take some shots. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow on Instagram, all that stuff. And thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for being here. And we'll catch you next time down the road.
Bye.
Anthony, as always, brother. Thank you. I'm going to hit end stream now. So we've got